received a lot of requests for technical assistance with regard to Articles 16 and 26 of the Convention, meaning foreign bribery and liability of legal persons. So apparently these are areas in which there's a lot of gaps in the legal framework as well as in the implementation mechanisms in the countries of the region.
Yeah, I think liability of legal persons is an important issue because, first of all, in terms of justice, legal persons, they generate profits from bribery, and so they should simply pay also for the damage they do with the briberies.
The private sector has a very, very important role to play in all of this because they have a lot of power and they can influence a lot in terms of what their governments do in this area. So
a very important issue that we discussed was the issue of settlements. Particularly, we saw in the meeting that in most cases in the US and in all the cases in the United Kingdom of foreign bribery by legal persons, corporations, the cases were settled in the pre-trial phase. The implication for countries in the region is that it would be very difficult for victims of these corruption crimes to have access to the monetary sanctions for these settlements.
Pieces of legislation, in some pieces of law more broadly.
Number one is trust. Okay, so number one is being able to understand and trust working across the region so that everybody's going to do this at the same time, and that, you know, if one country implements it, they won't be, and their businesses won't be disadvantaged because no one else is going.
And at the end of the day, what we're trying to aim for is, a zero tolerance towards corruption approach. And based on that, we have to ensure that every stakeholder is aware of the circumstances and situation that we're dealing with.
Because we learn a lot from each other, even if it's a bit difficult sometimes because of the language barrier. But it's important to foster like camaraderie on a personal level, but at the same time, you get to familiarize yourself with how other countries are working.